about to start a little Magic Circle class, a Pilates class here for my Be Well Stay Well network, www.bewellstaywell.net. And we are doing today going to be the Ring of Fire. So we're going to use a Pilates ring. So anyways, I am live streaming this for you today just so that you have just a little sneak peek as to what I'm doing. Your audio will not be as good. I mic'd up for people who are actually in my subscribers area, but at least you can kind of get a good idea of what I do. One thing that I do a lot of is because it's a live class and I'm able to kind of see who's in the class, I know who attends, and a lot of my attendees, people that belong to membership, are Gen X and higher, where I am really aware of kind of all the fun things that happen when we sort of creep past 50, and things like low bone density, things like we need to do, we need to be aware of modifications and such. People have our sort of changes, but also we need to be building more strength, getting mobility, and a lot more range of motion so that we're really optimizing, what we're able to achieve here. So let me just take this off here. All right. But anyways, so that is that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, we're going to use this tool called the Magic Circle, or this is actually for balanced body. It's a Pilates Ultra Fit Circle, which these are kind of nice because they have padding both ends. Let me turn off my alarm here. Oops, I might have killed my stream there. There we go. But anyways, and if you don't have a Magic Circle, there's aspects of this class you can do using a towel, where when we do things when we're pulling the ring, you can actually pull on a towel or pull on a yoga strap. And there's things that we do in this class that's really, really effective for hip mobility, where we're actually doing things where we're pulsing and squeezing. Now, the thing is that this has a little bit of give to it, so that when I bring it together, I have to still utilize, a little bit of eccentric contraction to release it, meaning the muscle's still firing even as the muscle is elongating. And that quality you don't get so much from squeezing a pillow, or sometimes you get a little bit with the ball. It doesn't work as well as I can with this ring. So just FYI, if you feel like you want to follow along and do some stuff, there may be some things that aren't as dramatic, that you won't feel as much because you're not using this, something that has this kind of spring quality to it. So just something to keep in mind. But I do put in, I oftentimes, because so many of my subscribers and people that watch me have low bone density, because once again, when you're over the age of 50, if you're female, over half of you probably have some bone density, kind of loss of bone density. And so with that, we have to be mindful and making sure that we are not moving in certain positions, such as spine flexion, where the spine is moving forward, not hinging. The hinge is good, right? Here I'm moving from the hips, that's a hinge. But we don't want to be going into this position of the spine if you have low bone density. I don't have low bone density, so I'm able to do that. Just because you have low bone density and you can do this does not mean you should, because it's actually, I just did a live on my Be Well Stay Well TikTok, kind of going through why that is. So anyway, so if you happen to be watching this and you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, I actually am doing a 90-minute Healthy Bones workshop. That's going to be, we're going to actually get on the equipment and stuff, and so really spending some time going through the modifications. We do Pilates classes. I actually have a form here now. It's really fun. But if you're not doing, and then you can kind of use those modifications wherever you're at. I will probably have some level of that workshop that I might do online. I do a lot of supplemental programs and such that are outside of the regular subscribers area in BeWellStable.net. So if for some reason you're interested in that, you should just go to BeWellStable.net and reach out to me. And you can go to support@BeWellStable.net. That will get to me. And yeah, you can ask about it or get on the wait list or such. And so the next time I offer that online, you know, you can potentially join that if you're interested. But anyways, yeah, so I am going to get myself going here on our actual side. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. My little form in the background. It rained last night. And it is hot, humid, the air is super thick right now. So we're going to be sweating up the oldies. In the literal sense today. So I'll let you get
we had a massive hailstorm here yesterday.
Oh, really?
Like massive, like it flooded in Denver and cars got damaged and, oh, it's fun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the one thing I worry about. We have our cars in Houston, and it's covered, but it's covered by kind of a carport type of thing. So, you know, if you get any sort of sideways, anything, I kind of worry about the golf ball size precipitation. All right, well, let me go ahead. I'm going to get ourselves going. We're a minute early, but we're going to start anyways because I want to make sure I end on time. But we got, I think, Sarah's performance class right after this. So let me continue. Guys, and sports,
Recording
the
in
library.
progress.
All right. We will get ourselves going. Just tip up slightly on my camera there. The 6-foot body of mine. When the arms go up overhead, we don't lose me completely. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Ring of Fire little magic circle class. So that's all we're going to need here is a magic circle and a mat. By all means, it's all you need, but if you feel like you need anything else from a prop standpoint, feel free to pull in whatever little small props that you need. We're going to start with just taking your ring for a moment. Place that ring around the outside of your ankles. And we're going to just start with a little weight shift side to side. And as we're doing that, just thinking about kind of where the pelvis is in space, where your head is in space. If you take your hands, place your hands behind your head, press your head into your hands. It's going to give you a little bit more of a feeling upright. And just thinking about the head, the rib cage, the pelvis is all lined up right over the ankle. All right, we're going to go ahead from here. We're going to pause. And you can use a wall if you need to, but we're just going to roll up and down onto the balls of your feet and back out. And we're keeping a little bit of that pressure into the ring. So once again, if you got to waddle over to a wall, that's fine. I'm on the squishy mat that has a lot of give to it, so it's a little tougher to balance. All right, now let's go ahead and just pause here. Let your knees bend. Send the sit bones back so that we're in a neutral spine, and you can put your hands right here on your thighs. So once again, we're still pressing just a little bit into that ring. We're going to straighten and bend the knees so that you're feeling that stretch through the hamstrings. Now, if you're doing this, and once again, sometimes a lot of you guys are shorter than I am. If you're feeling that your legs are in a weird position out wide and this doesn't feel good to you, on this one you can take the ring away and just do this movement. All right, let's go ahead and pause. We're going to come back up to an upright position. Come back into that shift left to right as we're rocking side to side. And go ahead and come down now like you're going to sit into that chair, going side to side. Let's come back up. Upright. continuing that weight shift side to side, coming back down, having that little seat in that chair. We're just going to go up and down a few times. And definitely going to work up those hips. And the next time you come all the way down, pause there. Let your hips kind of sink down a little further. Bring your legs, your hands in front of you, and if you're able to, just keep yourself with that ring around your ankles and come down onto your forearms. Now, if it's really awkward of where you have that ring, once again, and you need to lose it, just go ahead and just get rid of it, okay? So right now, we're going to just keep the knees bent. It's okay if your feet are not touching, all right? If this is too hard on your knees, you may need some cutting. We're going to just start with a little shift forward and back with the shoulder blades, getting the shoulders used to having a little bit of weight bearing through them. And then we're going to go ahead and come all the way down to your belly. Still have the ring around the outside. You're going to rest your head on your forehead, rest your forehead on your hand. Still keeping a little pressure on that ring. We're going to come up into a little bit of extension of your spine. We'll just hold that for a moment, and then lower back down. Coming back up into that length, into that little baby swan, and bringing things back down. Now the next time you come up into that little swan position, I'll invite you to straighten your legs out and see if you can find length out through the legs that you're still pressing into the ring. You can bend your knees, relax your head. Go ahead and straighten your knees. Get your legs long. Heel up. Find your little swan. And then bending your knees. Letting your upper body relax back on your hands. Do that one more time. Little baby swan up. Finding your length. And then bring it back in. Go ahead and reach behind you. Take that ring off. And we're going to lie down on your back. Taking that ring between your knees and placing your feet a little bit closer together. They don't have to be all the way together, but closer. Okay, as close as you can get them. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and just give a little squeeze to that ring and just hold it for a moment so that now your inner thighs have to do a little something. And then we're going to slowly release it. Okay, so it's a little squeeze of the ring, kind of hold it for a moment, and then a slow release. So we're going to continue with that. And as you're doing that, let's take your arms to the ceiling. And I just want you to just focus on, as we start to move the arms in the different positions, that may have a different effect on the rib cage. Okay, now the next time you bring those legs together, hold the ring together there, bring the arms overhead, and just take a moment just holding the legs in that position, breathing from this position, and then the next time you exhale, just let the legs come apart, bring the arms back towards the ceiling. Take a moment, go ahead and bring the ring together, bring the arms back overhead, hold that position, but not your breath. And I want you to just intentionally breathe here as you're holding that ring, right where it's at. And then go ahead and release the ring, bring the arms back to the ceiling. We'll do that one more time. Bringing the legs together, bringing the arms up overhead, holding that position. Being mindful once again that the ribs stay stacked over the pelvis. Holding that there. And then go ahead and just release. Let's go ahead and take a moment to just let go. Whew, let those legs go. And then we're going to take the legs so that now they're open wide, out just maybe outside of your mat. Taking your ring, you're going to kind of pull on the ring and bring the arms up overhead. Keeping the pull on the ring, the arms overhead, both knees are going to sway over to one side of the room. Once you're there, you want to allow for yourself just a side bend a little bit away from where your knees are. You can't, so just reach your ring away from your knees. Bring everything back to the center position, and then let your knees sway to the opposite direction as you do a little side bend and a little reach away from your knees on this side. We're going to bring it back up. And once again, so we're getting a little internal and external rotation, mobility for the lower body, but we're supporting this with the upper body. Bring it back to center. One more on the other side. And bring it all the way back in. Let's go ahead and take one leg so that you kind of place the ball of your foot on that ring. You're going to go ahead and pull that knee in. Now you have a free leg. You have an option of keeping that free leg right where it's at, or you can send that leg away, which is what I'm going to do. If you send that leg away, just have it hovering maybe about an inch or two off the floor. With this leg that you have in the air, we're going to straighten that knee and then pull it back in towards you. Straighten the knee, reach that heel to the ceiling. Do that one more time, because I only know how to count to 4. And the next time that leg is straight, we're going to point and flex that foot that's at the ceiling. So if you have really short arms, you know, this is one of those places where you could have a towel. All right, now let's go ahead and hold that foot steady. You're going to take a hold of that ring in the same side hand and just bring it out to the side of the room. So we're getting a little hip abductor stretch. We're going to then bring it back to center, switch hands, and let that ring cross your body. We're going back the other direction. So we're just, once again, working on some hip mobility. And oh yeah, by the way, you're still reaching long through that leg on the floor. Let's switch, setting the leg across your midline. We'll go one more time, opening wide. And then bring it across your body the other direction. Bring it back to center. Go ahead and bend your knee. Switch which leg is in the ring. And once again, that free leg can either now be bent or be straight, covered off the floor. Go ahead and bend that knee that has the ring towards you, and then reach that heel to the ceiling. So we're just bending and straightening, and you can resist a little bit as you're pulling, whether you have your palms facing your face or your palms facing away, that's up to you. But you can kind of create a little resistance so you're doing a row. Okay, the next time your leg stays straight, let's point the foot and flex the foot. All right, so we're going to get that stretch not only through the kind of your myofascial system, but also a little bit through your nervous system. So if it's giving you some weird neural symptoms, don't go too crazy on it. All right, we're going to pause the foot there. Go ahead and take the leg and the arm in the same hand, and we're going to just bring it over to one side on the outside of the mat. And then go ahead and swing that leg over across your midline. So we're doing exactly the same. We'll be doing the other side, a little tick-tock motion. The legs moving back and forth. You can go at your own pace. Just even yourself out whenever you do on the other side. I did 3 on each side, so whatever you got 2 on the other side, when you did the opposite direction, you can do you. You move faster, you go faster. If you move slower, you go slower. Always a matter of adjusting to what your body feels like it needs. That's probably about even with what we did on the other side. So let's go ahead and bring both knees into tabletop now, and go ahead and place that ring in between your knees. Okay? I'm going to have you, if you can, touch your feet together. So whether it's your toes or your heels, I don't care. Just touch your feet so they're connecting. We're going to go ahead and give a little squeeze to that ring, hold it there, and then take your hands right at the front of your thighs and press your hands hands at your thighs at the same time as you're pressing the ring. Holy cow. And then we're gonna release everything, but keep the toes touching. Bring the arms out to a V, kind of, or to a Y, okay? We're gonna bring everything back together, squeezing the ring, and then pressing into the thighs, holding that there. If there's any strain in the neck, a little something into your head. And then release the knees, release the arms into your YMCA position. One more time. Bringing the knees together, pressing the knees into the hands, holding that there, breathing, and then just release into that YMCA. I'm going to go ahead and have you this time support behind your thighs so you can help yourself out a little bit. Bring your feet apart, and now you can actually hold on with your hands if you need to. Let your feet rotate so they're outside of where your knees are. You're getting a little squeeze of the ring. And then let your feet rotate back in so they tap. Okay, so we're keeping a little bit of tension on the ring as we're moving the hips into internal and external rotation. Okay, and you're sort of holding on to make sure your ring doesn't pop out. And if it's like too much for you, you're like, whoo, my abs are on fire, then you can always give yourself a little break. But this is the Ring of Fire class, so there should be a little fire in there. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and just release that. Whew, let those hips have a moment. All right, we're going to go ahead and take that ring now. And you have options. I'm going to take the ring behind your head. Now, some of you, if you've got the little padding on there, you might like just putting the padding underneath your head. And we're going to have your hands so that your palms are going to be pressing upwards. And we're just going to press up a little bit so that the head just is covered slightly. Okay, so if you have low bone density, we're still okay here. If you don't have low bone density, you do have the option to come up into a bit lower curl. Okay, but I'm going to stay down here in solidarity with the people that have low bone density. So here we are. We're going to take one leg in a tabletop, and we're going to take the other leg and reach it long. Just hold that position for a moment. And then just let your body rotate just ever so slightly towards that bent side. Bring it back to center, both legs come to tabletop. Switch the other leg long, and we're just going to rotate slightly towards the opposite knee, and bring it back to center. So once again, those are full bone density. We're just barely covered. We're not going up to the flexion of the spine. We're just doing a slow motion crisscross. So those that actually are up, you can actually be into a bit more of a curl. And we'll just go back and forth one more time. Bring it all the way back to center. Relax your head. You can remove that ring. And we're just going to hold the ring at the ceiling for right now. Your legs can be about hip width apart. Go ahead and peel that spine up one vertebrae at a time. Giving a little pull on the ring. Bring the ring up overhead. Take a breath, and as you exhale, peel that spine down one vertebrae at a time. Return the ring back to the ceiling. Again, we're going to peel the spine up. We're still pulling on the ring up as high as it's comfortable. Take the arms up overhead and exhale, rolling down, finding length through your lats as you peel down, and your arms come back to the ceiling. So one more time, rolling it up, arms go overhead, and peel down. All right, we're going to go ahead and take your ring, place your ring so that your ring's on the outside of your thighs. You're going to bring your arms out to a T. Now, some of you, if you want a modified version, you can keep your feet down on the floor, okay? But otherwise, you're going to be in tabletop. We're going to let your legs sway from side to side, and you have to make sure that your opposite shoulder blade does not come flying off the floor. So only go as far as you can keep your opposite shoulder down. Now, if it's more comfortable for you to have your arms down a little bit or palms up, that's your choice, okay? I just want you to try to focus on keeping the opposite shoulder blade down, whatever that looks like for you. So we're just going side to side. Now, if you would like a little bit of a challenge as you go down to one side, circle your legs down and around. Just make a big circular movement all the way back up. Rotate to the other side and just circle down and around. And you can choose to go in the same direction with your circles. Maybe you go like 3, one direction, which this is my third. And then switch direction with your circle, go in the opposite direction. Going down and around and back up. Crossing the body down and around. As the ring is going down and around, you have to be mindful of your lower back. You know, I'm not having imprinting, we're not flat in the low back, but we're not letting that low back come up into any more arch. And if you're feeling any strain in the low back, don't take your legs down as far. But pressing out against the ring helps to create a little bit of stability in the system. All right? Let's go ahead and bring both legs down to the floor. Bring your arms back to the ceiling. You're still pressing out against your the ring. We're going to peel back up again. Take your arms up overhead and peel your spine down on the vertebrae tight. Now, for some reason, you find that your legs have shifted a little bit and where those little pads are. Sometimes this is where I just go where there's no pads. You can kind of shift things around. We're going to peel up again. Take the arms up overhead and peel down. And coming back up. One more time. Rolling up. This time, when you bring the arms up overhead, keep them overhead. Kind of let one side of your pelvis drop. Bring it back to center. Let the other side of your pelvis drop and bring it back to center. And I want you to appreciate when you do this, you've got to sort of press into the side that's the weight-bearing side. And so when we do this exercise without a ring, I want you to have that thought, that same thought that you're reaching that kind of that elevated side of the pelvis along. Okay, and we're going to peel all the way down. Bring yourself down to center. Okay, we're going to lie down on your side now. And what I'm going to have you do, this is where it kind of takes sometimes a little bit of, sometimes you got to finagle things around a little bit. If you have long enough legs to where you can keep your knees, your feet and your knees kind of together, we're going to give a little bit of a squeeze to the ring here. Now, if this is super awkward for you, you've got options. One, we can just totally lose the ring altogether. Or you can actually straighten out the bottom leg and just press. You can keep your foot against your leg, and you can just press into the ring a little bit. So we're just activating that inner thigh a little bit. All right. So whichever version you did, I'm just going to keep it here because it's steady. We're going to actually do a little small book opening. So we're just going to open to the back side of the room. You won't go very far. And then bring it back close because you have to hold this together. So if you'd like, you can take your top arm up to the ceiling, pressing into that ring and trying to open up. And once again, don't worry if you don't open up too far or you feel like the spring is going to spring you all the way back, okay? If you feel like you're getting kicked back too much, once again, you might just play a little bit with where you place that ring. Sometimes just where you place your body weight makes a little bit of a difference. But don't worry about going too far. We're working a little more on some stability. All right, let's go one more time. Taking yourself back. And then bringing everything back to center. All right, now, if you're able to take your ring and place it between your ankles, this is always the hardest part of getting it there, and straightening your legs, that's where we're going, okay? This sometimes is tough if you're on a hard floor. Sometimes it's a lot of pressure on the hips, so if you need a pad up, you can. So we're going to just take your legs and just float your legs off the floor. You're still thinking about staying long, and we're going to just pulse your legs together. So it's just a small movement. Don't worry that you're getting a huge squeeze. Okay, so the bottom leg is floating if you can, otherwise just, you can have it flat. We're just squeezing those two together. And just hold right there. Take your top arm to the ceiling, and then just take your top arm overhead. And just hold that position, not your breath. And we're going to bring everything back. And you can relax the leg. We're going to go ahead and switch to the other side. So once again, you can take your ring. You've got all the options you can try here. You could bend your knee. You could try that out where you're doing a book opening with the knee bent. Or some of you might like having the leg out in front of you. It does change what you're able to balance, so you can kind of play with that. Okay, I'll just keep it like this for me. And we're going to go ahead and just start with that little small book opening. So again, it's not a big opening, but we're just pressing into that ring a little bit. And what that's doing by you pressing into the ring, it's just naturally keeping your pelvis a little bit more stable. You have to think, press down. Well, I like doing this exercise a little bit more with an ooze underneath me, but here we are. We just have the ring. You want to take your arm up to the ceiling, feel free. Do that as you open up. And then go ahead and bring yourself back. You do that about 3 times or so. Then I'm going to invite you to take your ring, place it between your ankles, reach your legs long, and from here, if you can, float your legs, both legs up off of the mat, and from there, we're going to just do some little small ring squeezes, little small pulses here. And you can take your hand off the floor and bring your hand up overhead. Feel free just to give a little squeeze to that ring and just hold if you like. Or you can keep pulsing it and just find some length. Long, long, long. Make sure your head is in line with your spine. And then you can go ahead and relax everything and just whoop, let that go. We're going to come on back up to a kneeling position. I'm going to come over on this side. So from a kneeling position, and you can still face forward, but I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. Take one foot forward, and then you've got your ring. You're going to have your ring in the opposite, we'll have it first in the opposite leg that of your forward leg. All right, you can take your ring a little bit out to the side, kind of reaching up, find some length, do a little side bend. Coming up, take your ring, switch it to the other hand. Once again, you kind of got to aim out a little bit and reach up and find some length to the other side. And if you come into a little more of a forward lunge position, you might find some different things. Bring it back up. One more time each side. Doing a little bit of length, reaching up. You need to do a little forward lunge. You're probably not going to feel so much on this side. This is the easier side. Okay, bring it back. Switch. Reach it out. Reach up. And find a little side bend. And if it's too much for you, you can always just put your hand up on a chair or something. Okay, bring it back up. Switch legs. We're going to keep the ring in the same hand. Keep that ring out to the side. Let yourself go up and over. Finding that length. Coming back up. Do a little switch of the ring to the other side. Reaching kind of out, so you have somewhere to go. Reaching up and find length. You're kind of pressing a little bit through that ring, but you can't press too hard or you go flying down. So you have to kind of stay connected, but stay balanced. Coming back up, switch it around to the other side. Up and over. Bringing it back. One last one here. Once again, if you want to think about doing a little forward lunge, just let yourself lean forward a little bit as you get that side bend, and you might feel it a little bit more through that connection to your hip. You may or may not. And bring it back. Okay. Let's just stay in that tall kneel for a moment, both legs behind you. You can take that ring, give it a little pull in front of you. We're going to go just straight back and up. And if you want to have your toes underneath you, that's fine, or you can have it flat, whatever feels best for you. We'll go one more time, that thigh stretching one really smooth. And we're going to bring the arms all the way overhead. Keep them up overhead. Have a little side bend from here to one side. Bring it back up. And a little side bend to the other. And back up again. Let's go ahead. We're going to come on up to standing, but I'm going to get you there. We're going to first do a little, kind of a little push-up here. So take your ring, place it behind, back in between your ankles. Now this might vary depending on how big your, how long you are and how big your circle is. So if you can, we're going to try to actually go into, back to where we sort of started a little bit, except for this time the ring is on the inside of the ankle. And we're going to come up into a plank. And from that plank position, just find a little connection between that ring and just hold if you can. And it's just like, I can't hold that there. It is what it is. Okay? So from that position, let's just send the rear end up, kind of doing a little downward dog or inverted V. And then bring yourself back into that plank. Stay wide through the shoulder blades. Coming back up. Keeping that connection in with the ring. And bring yourself back into plank. Now if you feel like in this plank position, you want to lower into a little push if you can. You can bring it back up. Come up into your downward dog. Walk yourself up. You can bend your knees if you need to. And then you can let go of the ring. Coming back up to a standing position. From our standing position, taking a ring, give it a little pull, reaching up overhead. We're going to just reach up onto the balls of your feet, finding your tallest self. Lower the heels, keep the heels down. Allow yourself to have a little rotation through your whole body. Just allow yourself to spiral, but you're still pulling on that ring. You're just shifting your weight a little bit side to side. It's okay if your foot has to kind of move. And bring both arms back down. Just let the ring, just throw it down. We don't need it now. And just let your arms have a little swing. Feel yourself kind of in your little partial squat position. And we're going to go squat to stand. You can roll up onto the balls of your feet each time. Just let those arms be free. All your body parts are free, but pretend that you still have that little ring, kind of imaginary ring around the outside of your legs. Just keeps those knees in alignment. And we'll go one more time. Come all the way back, and we will end with a breath. Both arms up overhead. Big inhale up. And exhale. On top to the side. All right, you guys, and we're all done. Okay. Oops. I didn't mean to do that, but there we were. I didn't mean to end it on them, but I ended our session. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little ring workout. Normally I actually talk with everybody afterwards, and I hit ending for all instead of hitting my record stop. So we didn't get a chance to chat as much. But yeah, but you can kind of see that it was, kind of a full body workout using this ring. The ring provides a bit of support and feedback, both for the upper body and lower body. When we're doing things where we're bringing the ring together and bringing it apart, once again, we're just activating, some of the inner thigh muscles. Those inner thigh muscles have a really strong attachment and just coordinated effort with pelvic floor, with deep abdominals. So being able to do something where we're giving a little bit of that little squeeze in, that provides a little bit of support. But by the same token, having it on the outside, it provides a little bit more activation to your abductors. But that does also help to create a little extra support for the whole system. So when we do some of those side to sides, the body's a little bit more supported. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and you can always go to bewellstaywell.net. I usually don't hang up on people as quick as I did today, but certainly kind of want a little bit more of what we did. So anyways, hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you guys later.